Hello everyone and welcome back to Modded Minecraft. So we're back on the FTOG server for a little bit more of Avant 3 and I haven't really made that much progress this morning so far for recording, and the main reason for that is just behind me. So as you know, Tinkers has been added back into the pack, and with that the slime islands have come back. And I found this one not very far from my base at all. You can just see the marker there. It's only sort of 267 meters away from my base. And basically it was just completely fragmented. So there was only sort of half a stack of the slime actually still in place. And obviously this chunk hadn't been loaded because I hadn't been over here for a while. And I came over here to get some wood. And yeah, I basically saw this starting to float about everywhere, and I was a little bit worried because obviously in the past we've had issues with the slime, and yeah, I didn't want to start having any problems, particularly when it was that close to my base, because I didn't want the sort of sheer amount of it to start causing me any sort of lag or whatever. So I've managed to sort of like section it off and contain it, and there doesn't seem to be any other source blocks anywhere. I guess I won't know until this has drained away a little bit more, and it is draining very, very slowly. But I mean, there is a lot of blocks to actually drain away, so it is going to take a fair bit of time. And I suspect that when I'm over in my base that it's probably going to stop draining anyway because I'll be in a different chunk. So yeah, we'll see. Probably what I'll do is at the end of the episode, or once I finish the episode, if it's still there, then I'll just come and AFK near here until it's completely gone away. But yeah, so as a result of that, there is every chance that you're watching this episode a little bit late today. But as I say, it was kind of a priority once I found this to actually do something about it. I couldn't just ignore it and sort of walk away from it, because obviously that could cause some major issues again on the server, and that's something that nobody really wants to happen again. Least of all me, because it's right next to my base. So anyway, that said, I've made I was just going to get back over to my base actually while I'm talking. I've made a couple of changes. I've made myself, first of all, a handy bag, and let's just start to gradually get down here, and obviously trying to multitask, trying to get back over here and sort of talk about what I'm doing as well is never going to be a winner. So let's just get here. Yeah, I've made myself a handy bag. I made the large one, and it wasn't particularly difficult to make the actual bags. So if I just go into handy bag, just show you the recipe really quickly. I'm sure that it'd be better to actually show you rather than just talk about it. So yeah, you have to make the small one first of all, and that's just a case of making some ender rope, which is just some strings, some leather, and an ender pearl, some of the advanced ender alloy, and an ender chest. And then once you've made that, it's basically the same thing again, but without the rope and the addition of the advanced ender alloy, which is it's not that expensive now, I suppose. The hardest thing for me is obsidian at the moment, because I haven't actually got the relevant crops together to make obsidian through the agricultural expansion. I had to go and get it the old way and sort of mine it out of a lava lake with a bucket of water. But that's fine. So we've got that now. As I say, the hardest thing about this, if I just go into it, was actually making the memory cards, because the memory cards actually, they're all sort of tiered. And if I just go into that, basically, you have you'll start off with a 6, so it's just a bit more of the ender alloy and a couple of chests and some of the gold, and then you have to have 6 of those and some slime balls to make the 8s, and basically so on and so forth. I mean, you can make the 10s just out of the advanced alloy, but I chose to do it sort of this route. And yeah, finally the 12s, which is four, each one of those is 4 10s, and some more of the slime or whatever. I mean, eventually I'll probably sort of upgrade this to the 12s, but there really is no rush to do this because, as you can see, this holds a whole lot of stuff. So pretty cool. And yeah, so I've managed then to get myself a little bit, say, better storage. I can just put all my stuff in there, and I've got a few slots to do that in. So what I want to do today is I'm going to kind of take a step back, really, and I want to get another one of the basic items, and that is going to be the Empowerer from Actually Editions. So that is basically this item here. And the reason why I want to get the Empowerer is because I want to basically get this get the crop situation working a little bit better. What I'm finding is that although this is great, I've started to get the farming stations in place, so I can just sort of switch those on when it's done. I don't have to stand there with a couple of them now, sort of picking the crops up manually, and that automatically goes downstairs into my storage area. It's still very, very slow to grow. And quite often, if I'm sort of in between cuts, I've gone away to get some iron or whatever, say for example, even though, you know, it's automatic to harvest it, it's still not growing particularly quickly, even with the worms. So I nipped into a single player world, and I did a little bit of a test with the greenhouse glass, and I don't know whether it's just the greenhouse glass on its own or a combination of the worms, but it was very, very quick indeed. And so, yeah, I've decided that I'm going to sort of eventually change up this, or say eventually, very, very, very soon, change up this this whole area. And in order to do that, say you need the greenhouse glass, and greenhouse glass requires the Empowerer, because if I just go into that, because it needs this empowered Palace crystal block, which is just basically the a lapis block, some cyan dye, and some prismarine shards, say inside the Empowerer, and then you get this, and you basically, for every 3 greenhouse glass, you're going to need one of them. So we need the Empowerer. We're obviously, you can use any glass block for this and some saplings, so that's easy enough. So it really is just this, and yeah. I mean, it's just stuff like this. This is going to take a massive amount of lapis, and we also sort of, you know, pretty soon again want to, can't quite see it from here, but the solar array that I made in the last episode, I also want to get that pretty quickly up to tier 2, and tier 1 took quite a lot of lapis. I've not looked at the recipe for the tier 2 yet, but I suspect that that's going to be lapis heavy again, because you're going to at least need to increase quite substantially the number of the solar cells for that. So yeah, I really want to just say get this sorted. I know I've got the builder block, and you know, I can sort of get that sort of running in the mining dimension, sort of no worries, and I'm getting some bits and pieces out of that, but I'm kind of finding that that's sort of, you know, that's pretty, I don't know, say grindy is the right word for that really, because I'm finding myself, you know, having to sort of go over there and sort of, you know, get all the items out of that and keep sort of moving it about and that, and it's returning a lot of stuff that I don't really want as well. So this to me is still the way forward, despite having sort of said before, yeah, I want to get myself in the mining age. This is still the focus for me, because it's, you know, it's giving me exactly what I need, but say just not fast enough. But with the greenhouse glass, that will definitely change, as I say, because I've tested it in a single player world, and it's probably no surprise to a lot of you that are watching this that have already used it. It is very, very powerful, and we're going to get a lot of resources from it. But as I say, I don't want to just get any old resource. I just want to get the ones that I use a lot. So, i.e., we're using a lot of iron, we're using a lot of lapis, and yeah, so I don't think I'll change all of this. The ones that I'm not using that often, there's absolutely no reason to speed that up, because whenever I need it, I can just go out and sort of harvest it. And if I'm not using it a lot, no worries. But certainly the resources that I'm using a lot of, I want to get those sorted out. So it is going to mean, potentially a little bit of a change around out here. Although I suspect what I'll do is I'll leave this structure here because I quite like it, and I'll make something new in some of the space behind here for the sort of the new sort of resource crop farm using the greenhouse glass, because obviously you can't have it stacked like that because there needs to be clear sight to the sky for the greenhouse glass to work. So anyway, enough waffling. Let's get into it. And the actual empowerer itself it's not a particularly difficult item to make. If I can just get back into it. We need to grab ourselves a couple of the iron casings, which is just some black quartz, some iron ingots, and some sticks. Now, I think if I just go into my bag, I've actually got some. I was out there collecting redwood when I discovered the issue with the slime. So we've got that. I've collected myself a couple of the bits of black quartz I've crafted a couple of bits of the black quartz. So hopefully, can I get into a crafting table and do this? Will probably be the better idea. So should be able to straight away make the 2 of those that we need. And the redstonia crystal, I've got some of that somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So there's 1 of those. And the display stand. Now, for that, we're going to need 1 of the advanced coils, and then the aesthetic green block, which is chiseled quartz in the atomic reconstructor. Now, I'm kind of thinking to myself, how much quartz have I did collect some up, but I'm kind of thinking, is that going to be anywhere near enough? So I've got that, and then I've got that as well. I think potentially it will be, actually. So if we grab that, we'll turn that all into blocks per se, because I can grab some more of that. And I think how do we actually change that into chiseled quartz? Do you know what? Vanilla recipe, and I've forgotten that already. So let's just go into this chiseled quartz. So it's just basically put two quartz slabs together. So we need 3 of those. So what are you doing? I've just changed those into pillars, which was not at all what I wanted to do. And I've probably just messed that up now. Fine. Right, so there we go. So there's the chiseled quartz. So if we go and throw that in front of the atomic reconstructor, I haven't used this for a while, so hopefully it hasn't broken, rusted over, or anything like that. There we go. So we'll just pop those down. And I'm gonna say, I've not really looked at chiseled quartz before in this texture pack. It looks pretty cool. Do you know what I am gonna do? Is while I think about it, I'm gonna sort this brightness out, because that is ridiculous. There we go. So yeah, that's a lot better now. Yeah. So anyway, let's just switch this on and get those turned into the bits that we need, and hopefully that will now go through. No, it doesn't. It only goes through 3 at a time. So we'll grab that. Obviously, I'll mine up a little bit of my floor while I'm at it. Let's just get those bits down again. I do actually intend to increase the area down here. I want to at least take this back again as wide as it is here, this way, just so I can fit some more sort of storage and stuff in here. I am going to sort my storage out, actually. I'm going to keep the storage drawers for these bits, because I quite like it visually, and it's quite easy to see sort of what of the agricultural expansion stuff that we've got. But yeah, storage wise, I'm probably going to go with the RF storage, just because I quite like it, and obviously it's modular for a start off, and so you can sort of build on it. It doesn't have the same problems that people have been having with the easy storage, and also you can do the remote storage. I think that's still in in our F tools for 110. So anyway, back to this, and so we're going to need, we've got this, we've got the green block, and we're going to need that as well, which is normal blocks of quartz. So yeah, I have kind of messed myself up a little bit there. So we are going to have to, let's just go and have a look and see if my quartz has regrown or not yet. I suspect that, some of it has, which is, that's pretty handy. Let's see how far off it is. Do you know, I might be lucky and get enough. So yeah, I'm going to harvest this up and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so grabbed a bit more of the quartz and let's just nip down here and get that turned into the blocks that we need. So I'm actually running out of a bit of space there. But luckily we've got the handy bag. So anything we don't want in our immediate inventory, we can just put in there now, which I say, absolutely loving that I can do that now. Really, really handy. So yeah, let's pop that in there, that on, turn that into the blocks that we need. And this time I'm just going to put this onto single mode. Obviously, sort of from a resource point of view, as we move along, I know a lot of the other guys have done it already, but we'll move into stuff like the digital miner from Mechanism, and we'll probably have a look at some of the void miners as well. But yeah, I'm in no rush really. I think everybody plays the game at their own pace, and just mine tends to be quite a slow pace. But yeah, so we need some gold so that we can make this. And as I say, yeah, I'm not too fussed about moving forward too fast. We've got a couple of bits of gold there already in our bag, which no doubt I'm now going to keep forgetting about. I'm just going to drop off some of this stuff into here just so I've got a bit more space. And we didn't have any space for quartz sprouts, so it's okay. We'll just pop that in there for now. And yeah, where was it? We're over here. Cool. Right, so no, it wasn't that. So we need a basic, or so we need some more of the black quartz and some of the redstone here. So luckily we've got quite a few bits of that, but we are going to need some more of that. And I didn't notice if I had any more redstone, to be honest. I don't think I did, so I'm probably going to have to go off camera and yeah, just harvest up a few more bits of that in a minute. But yeah, first of all then, we need to make another one of the black quartz, like so. And then, as I say, if we just go back into here, we should now be able to certainly put that together. And then, therefore, we should be able to put the advanced coil as well. Now we need the gold nuggets. It's fine. Let's just grab that. Why is that not letting me? No, that's not what I wanted. And yeah, you notice I've got some prismarine as well. I just grabbed that ahead of time from Thorgal's shop in Spawn. That's just ahead of time for making the greenhouse glass. He said it's all for free, but he had got a little chest next to it, inviting people to leave gifts. So I've left him one of the Biomes of Plenty rubies, because I think they are pretty hard to get hold of. So hopefully that'll be cool. Right, and now we should just be able to pop this together, which is cool. And we just need the batteries. As I say, we are going to need another couple of these advanced coils, and that means that we're going to need some more of the redstonia crystals and the quartz. As I say, I don't think I've got any redstone. Did I have any in my bag? I've got the redstone in there, but just no quartz. So we get that sorted. That's fine. Let's think if we turn 2 blocks into the crystals, that'll be absolutely fine. Let's just pop that there, switch that on. I love this bit of kit. It's just, I love it visually, and it's just something a bit different. It's a simple thing, but I like it. Get back up here. So turn that into the crystals, and then we know we've got that there, and put the redstone back in there. And yeah, so I'm just going to need a little bit of quartz. The one thing I always wish was that you could turn this back into nether quartz, but yeah, that's fine. I think probably going to have to grab my watering can just to speed this up a little bit. But as I say, I'm going to do that off camera because that is pretty grindy and pretty boring to watch. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so collected up a little bit more of the quartz essence, and yeah, so we've got some more of this. I think it was potentially 3 of those that we needed. I'm not going to waste it just in case, but yeah, let's just stick a bit more of, in fact, if we go and put this into the storage drawers, it's probably the best place for it. Did any of that disappear? Yeah, it did. Got a little bit of space. That's fine. So let's just get this this finished up. I've got to say, I didn't think this would take quite as long to put together. And so first of all, then we're going to need, say, another one of the advanced coils, and hopefully, yeah, in fact, we know that we're going to need at least 2 of those. So let's just get rid of that, and then say for the advanced one, we're going to need some more of the nuggets to do that. I have a feeling that I'm going to be collecting up gold as well before the end of this episode. And then, yeah, so we need some of the Inori crystals, and I think, if I remember rightly, that is made from iron blocks. How many of those did we need? I think that'll be enough anyway. If it's not, pretty simple, and for once we've actually got the resources that we need. So let's pop that down there. And yeah, despite having not sort of played around with the actual additions for a while, I've got to say I am still absolutely loving it. It's definitely one of my favourite mods so far. It's so simple, but there's so much that you can do with it, and it's just interesting from a playing perspective. So yeah, there we go. So we need that. We've got that, and then we just need the single battery as well. So we need another. I've already got one of those. Just go back into this. So we need another one of those, and yeah, as I suspected, we've run out of gold. I'm sure that I had some more gold somewhere. Yeah, there we go. We have. Cool. So let's just get over here, and we can get that made like so. And then we can hopefully pop this together like that. And then finally, yeah, we're missing, always missing one. There we go. And just pop back downstairs again and get that changed over as well. Like so. That's it. Do your stuff. Line that up. And just get that finished up, which is just like so. And pop that in as well. So that is all the bits that we need for that. So we should just be able to say put that in together. Now, I've not used this before, so I'm not really sure how this is how this works. What sort of power that this requires. I'm going to assume that it uses normal power. It's lit up anyway. So does this actually need to be powered? I watched Thorgal's tour episode of all the stuff on the server, which if you've not had a chance to get over to Thorgal's channel actually and watch those, I suggest you do. Very, very entertaining. It's in 2 parts, and he basically shows everybody's bases and builds across the whole server, including sort of all of what's in spawn, etc. And yeah, I watched them both last night, and they are very, very good. I don't think this actually needs to be powered. I could be wrong, and I don't actually know how to access this. So let's. Where is my actually additions book? It'll probably be a good idea just to have a quick look in that and see how this works if I can actually find it. There we go. Let's just have a quick look. So if we go into you can't actually see it from there, so let's just look through the book, and it's telling me that I've got the achievement for this, but I've definitely used that before. These are all different things. I didn't want to do that, that's for sure. It just took me into the internet. Let me just have a quick look, and yeah, I'll be back when I've had a look. Okay, so yeah, I found the relevant page, and I think I've misunderstood this a little bit, because obviously, yeah, first of all, it's got a battery in it, so obviously it needs to be powered. I don't know why I didn't think of that at the time, but basically, so you right-click the items that you need to be empowered onto the empowerer. That's absolutely fine. But then it says the empowering items need to be placed on display stands that are 2 blocks away, like seen on the picture on the next page. Then to activate the process, every display stand needs to be powered with a lot of RF that is then drained to empower the item on the empowerer. So yeah, so basically we're going to need a little bit of a setup like this. So I think where I was going to set that up, I don't think that's necessarily going to be sort of appropriate. I think we're going to have to hopefully be able to use some of the Ender IO energy conduit just to sort of get that up and running, because all 4 of these are going to need to be powered. So I'm going to need to make some more display stands as well. And yeah, so this is basically the one that we're making, the empowered Palace crystal block. So yeah, we need the cyan dye, which we've got to make that. I'll make that off camera as well. And then the prismarine shards, and then obviously the Palace block, which is just a lapis block from the atomic constructor, needs to go on the actual empowerer. So I think what I'm going to do, so I'm going to do this off camera, but I'm going to set this up down here for now anyway, because I can get stuff sort of two blocks away. But I think potentially in between episodes, I'm going to set up an area somewhere else for this. Or I don't know, because I'm intending to make this bigger down here, so it might work. It might work being down here. I'd quite like this to have its own area, but certainly, yeah, we're going to need to get the display stands made and set up all the power for it. So I'm going to do that, and yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've got the conduits all set up through here, and yeah, as I say, this is just a totally temporary place for this, just so I can see how it works. And I've tested this already just to make sure that these all do get power from the conduits. So thankfully they are compatible with Ender IO, and just waiting for that to all fill up. As I say, yeah, that does definitely go through the power. Okay, apologies for that. My house phone rang. So yeah, cool. Right, when I've been away, that's filled up again. So that's pretty cool. That does take a lot of RF in these bits and pieces. So what we're going to need then is, I think maybe I've got some. I thought I had some lapis on me. Seemingly not. So we need to grab some lapis just so that we can. I will fill that in as well, just so that we can turn that into one of the blocks. So I just want to quickly test this really. I think that's probably all we're going to have time for. I just want to see it actually working. So let's just get down here. We'll pop that there and switch this on and just wait for that to do its stuff. There we go. And grab that up. And that was not what I wanted to do. Sometimes I don't hold the shift key down properly. That's fine. Right, so we should be able to just right click that on here like so. It's a little bit like the runic altar in that respect. And then so the empowering items, so we need 1 of the cyan dye and then 3 of the prismarine shards. So pop that onto here. 1 of those on there, 1 of those on there, and 1 of those on there. And there we go. That's a pretty cool animation. And I'm not sure how long it's going to take. Let's just check how much power that's using. It doesn't really seem to be touching it at all. So our solar array is definitely doing its job. Because it never gets night anymore, and that is because of Toddy's weather station and night station, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so it doesn't rain, it doesn't get dark anymore. There we go. So that is what we were looking for. So I think, do we just right click this off with an empty hand? Maybe, there we go. So now we've got 1 of those. What's the next step in greenhouse glass? Let's just have a quick look. And yeah, there we go. So yeah, so we just need some normal glass and some saplings, which I know I've got those about somewhere for definite. And as always, it's just a case of trying to find the stuff. I've got loads of saplings outside, I know that for sure. The chopper has been working away, and that is obviously I don't really need that so much anymore. I'll probably turn that off. I'll probably turn that off quite soon and just save them. But I actually had some green dye there when I was looking for it earlier, which is fine. And yeah, so sorry, there's some saplings there as well. So I should be able to get myself the first three bits of greenhouse glass, and there we go. So now, yeah, basically I'll be able to start sort of changing this around. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that in between episodes. I know I always say I'm going to do stuff in between episodes, and I come back and I haven't done it, but I really need to do this because it's kind of part of the path of progression that I've got set out for the next few episodes. I'll probably do a couple more episodes of Avant 3 actually before I move on to any of my other series, just because I really want to get this just want to get these few bits done that I've got in mind. But yeah, I'll tell you more about that in the next episode. So if you like this episode, obviously drop us a like. It is very, very much appreciated. It really helps me out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that. And as I say, that helps me to grow. And yeah, as always, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.